Hi guys, my name is Nick. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what I think is truly the most important part of getting ready to go on your first hiking trip, backpacking trip, camping trip, anything like that, and that is your footwear. Your footwear is really what connects you to the trail, and if you get it wrong even just a little bit, you're really going to feel it. So in this video, I've broken it down into the three main parts. The first one is going to be the different types of hiking boots and shoes. The next one is how to get the right fit when you're actually in the store. And the next one is the actual problems that you'll run into if you don't get these things right. So let's get right into it. This is the first part in the video. I'm going to be talking about the different kinds of shoes and boots that you can actually go out and get. They have all different kinds of applications, and there's actually truly 1,000,001 different kinds that are out there. I've completely simplified it and broken it down into the three ones that you want to focus on. You can get a lot more advanced and get all different kinds of stuff, but this is just the three that I think beginners should focus on. So here's the first one. It's your typical average shoe, the hiking shoe that everybody sees. A lot of people go out and hike with these. They end below the ankle, and they're great. They're great for day hikes with a really light load. Most importantly, it's for trails that are pretty well kept and relatively flat. You definitely do not want to be using these if you're using a heavy pack, like if you're going backpacking. A pro of these is they're typically a lot cheaper, they're a lot lighter, and they still have a lot of durability that's offered with the full-on hiking boot that I'll talk about later. A lot of people use these as a starting point, and they're not wrong, but you definitely want to avoid heavy, like I said, heavy weight, long trips, and rough terrain with these. So there you go, that's your typical day shoe. Alright, so now I'm actually going to be talking about something that's a little bit more niche, and that's the second one. It's the trail runners. Trail runners are exactly what it sounds like. It's for people who are going and running on trails who cannot have the clunky, big shoes or boots like I talked about before, or what I'm going to talk about next. It's for a really light pack, and it's for trails that don't necessarily have any kind of rock or like big rocks or anything you could slip on or break your ankle, because specifically these really don't have any ankle support. However, they do have a lot more support and durability when compared to typical running shoes, and that's exactly why these exist. It's so that you don't have to use running shoes when you're going on trails and running on trails. A pro of these would be they're typically the most comfortable, truly, and that's why a lot of people tend to gravitate towards these. That can kind of be a bad thing because a lot of people end up using these when they really need a proper backpacking boot or a hiking day shoe. These are for trail running, like I've said several times. That's really all you really need this for, is if you know that's all you're going to be doing. Another pro is they're very easy to break in because they're the most comfortable and they're the most related to just your average tennis shoe. So if you're trail running, this is for you. If you're not, just completely avoid this. Just forget about this one. Alright, the third one is what I actually would recommend, a proper backpacking boot. A proper backpacking boot is going to give you the full durability and support that you're going to need if the trail gets a little bit rougher, if there's rocks or anything you could slip on, because they're going to protect your ankles, protect your soles, and keep you stable. These are specifically for if you're using a heavier load for long trips, or like I said before, if the trail's rough. I would actually recommend these even if you're just planning on doing day hikes. It's just better to be safe than sorry. A con of these would actually, they're kind of harder to break in, they might be a little bit more expensive, and they can kind of be a bit heavier and more clunky, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons with this. They offer, like I said, the most support, they're the most durable, and there's no reason why you can't wear a full backpacking boot. It's what I would actually personally recommend, because it's just going to make sure that you're the safest, most stable, and you're going to avoid all those injuries. It's an injury, you obviously want to avoid it. So you want to opt for a high ankle support. That's what you're buying it for. You're buying it for that extra support. So you want to find one that has that ankle support. Full backpacking boots are 100% necessary if you're carrying a heavier load. If you're carrying more than just water, food, and your essentials, you need a backpacking boot. You need that extra support. If you don't have that, you can really hurt yourself. You can actually break your ankles. So just be safe. I would actually just say just get the backpacking boot. Okay, just to recap, the first one was hiking day shoes, trail runners, and then backpacking boots. This is the second part of the video. I'm going to be talking about how to get the right fit. Once you walk into the store and actually start trying on shoes, here's just a couple tips to help you find the right fit. Obviously, what I would recommend, talk to an associate at the store. They're really going to be the most knowledgeable and be able to find the right one for you in your specific scenario. So here's a little tip. I would definitely wear the socks that you intend on wearing on the trail to the store. That's going to dial in the fit. You're really going to want to focus on that kind of detail like that. It really does matter. The next little tip I have for you is to only use numerical sizes as a starting point. If you know the size of your shoe that you normally wear, go ahead and start there, but by no means is that where you're going to actually end up. You really just want to go by feel. You also want to pay attention to little things like padding. How is the ankle padding? How is the sole padding? How is the toe padding? All those little things kind of add up to the comfort you're going to have in the shoe and how it's really going to feel when you apply it to the trail. Another important thing that you want to focus on is toe room. If you don't have enough toe room, it's going to be miserable, I promise, because I've run into this problem a lot. If your toes are jamming up against the front when you're going downhill, it's the worst thing ever. So as long as you have a good thumb width or an inch of toe room, you're going to be probably good. The next thing is going to be arch support. You don't want to get something that's going to hurt your sole and your arch of your foot. Everybody's feet are different. So go ahead, don't be afraid to try on a bunch of different ones. Again, I would just like to reiterate, it's important to just have a store associate help you out with this. This last one's probably going to be the shortest section. I'm just going to be showing you, well, not showing, but telling you what could go wrong if you don't get the right shoe or don't get the right fit. If you have the wrong shoe, for instance, if you have something that doesn't quite have any ankle support that you need, you're carrying a large pack, you're on a rough trail, it would be so easy to slip, twist your ankle. You can actually break your ankle. Just avoid that completely and really just dial in what you know you're going to be doing and don't end up having something that doesn't have the support you need. Not having enough support on the bottom of your shoe can lead to bruised feet when you're going over little rocks and stuff like that. I would just play it safe, get something with a nice support on the bottom of your shoe, something relatively stiff that's going to avoid rocks from pushing into the sole of your foot. With the wrong fit, there's a plethora of problems you can run into. If it's too loose or too tight, you can get blisters or sprained ankles or bone spurs. One thing I've run into a lot is plantar fasciitis, where the bottom of your foot gets really sore and tender. It makes every step excruciatingly painful, and it's just something that can be easily avoided if you just get a shoe that fits you correctly. I would just like to say again that the toe room is another thing you really want to be careful of. If you have enough toe room, you're going to be able to avoid your toe jamming into the front of your shoe. It's the worst thing ever when you're going downhill. Your shoes are, like I said before, connect you to the trail. It's really what's most important. So just get the right fit, guys. Make sure that you have the right type of shoe and you get the right fit. That's all I have to say. This is the first video I'm putting up on my channel. I'm doing this one first because I truly think it's the most important. Your footwear, I've said it a million times in this video, is so important. You want to get it down and dialed in. I'm going to be doing another video on how to break in your shoe, how to pick the right socks, and I'll probably do some more videos about the actual other kinds of hiking boots and shoes. Just as a recap, proper backpacking boots I would say is the way to go even if you plan on just doing like lightweight, easy trails. I would just go the full way and get the backpacking boots. Trail runners, if you're trail running, obviously. If day shoes is what you know you want, go for it. By all means, they're great. Just keep in mind that you won't be able to do some of the other stuff safely that you might want to do later. That's why I would just recommend maybe you just go to number 3, get the proper hiking boot. So, thanks for watching. Again, let me know if you got any value out of this whatsoever, and if you think I should keep making videos, I would love to. I'm still getting used to being on camera. I'm still getting used to doing all this research, but I have a lot of experience with hiking. It's truly one of the things that I love most in life. So, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day.